Greetings Luxe lovers, welcome back. Here we like to geek out on luxury unboxings, shopping vlogs, Luxe chit chat, and curation videos like today. Now, I don't know about you, but over the past 3 years, the amount of virtual or Zoom video conference meetings I've attended has skyrocketed. About 60% of my work is now virtual. So this means I've spent a lot of time thinking about ways to look luxe virtually over technologies such as Zoom or Teams. But these tips will also apply to anyone using any kind of video conferencing tools like FaceTime, WhatsApp, even YouTube video creators. So I'm happy to share with you my top tips and hacks for looking luxe on Zoom. The first category I'll touch upon is jewelry. And my favorite luxe hack is wearing extremely affordable jewelry to have some fun. And my first type of jewelry that I like to have fun with is chunky gold chains. And here I brought out to show you something I got from Amazon, which is my Chesky gold-plated herringbone necklace. And I bought this to try before buying the real thing, but you can see it's a very simple herringbone type necklace. And these were like super big in the 80s, but you could put it against your chest and you can really see it shines. But this was literally, I think, $12. I'll leave the link down below. But it was a really simple way for me to try out this look before buying the real thing. And what I also liked is that it has this adjustable extender in the back. So depending on what type of shirt you're wearing, you could really extend it. But look how shiny that looks. Again, because you're over Zoom or FaceTime, what have you, it really does add some shine and luxe to your outfit without costing a whole lot. And of course, the caveat to all of this is that you could use your actual gold chains for sure. I just don't personally have a ton of really bold fine jewelry in my collection, so this was a good way for me to test it out. Another option that you could look at is something like this, and this I actually got from Target, and it is a New Day gold twisted chain necklace. And I was shopping in the store, I saw this on the accessory section rack, and I just thought it was so pretty. It's something out of my comfort zone. At this point, I wouldn't spend $1,000 or more on an actual gold rope chain, but it just allowed me to test it out, try it out, but just to have a little fun. And you'll see the clips of me here where I do have it on Zoom, and it really looks like a standout piece. Along the lines of our jewelry category, something great to have on a Zoom meeting to look a little more luxe are bold earrings. And here I'll show you these ones from a brand that I like called Lizzie Fortunato. These are called the Lizzie Fortunato Mood Hoop Earrings and Charms. And as you can see, it comes with the standard medium-sized hoop, and then they sell these charms that you could just put right onto the hoop, and you can customize and mix and match. This one I really love with the yellow gold look, and also these like peacock colored freshwater pearls. I am a sucker for this peacock coloring, and I have to say these are my most complimented earrings. And I like the company too because it's woman owned, New York based. They have that bold organic jewelry look, which I love when things look like they're from nature. And so I'm a big fan. They also came out with a fine jewelry line where you can have fine jewelry pieces on your mood hoops. Another good example of bold earrings are my dangly Hermes horn earrings, which I featured in my Quiet Luxury Picks video here. Along the lines of Lizzie Fortunato jewelry that I've bought, I also bought this Lizzie Fortunato Harbor necklace. And you know I love a good wraparound necklace. So this is actually one long chain that is both a mixed medium, so it has these gold-plated chain links with these freshwater pearls. And again, the freshwater pearls are white with one peacock color one, which I love. So again, this looks really, really nice over Zoom. I'll show that video here, but it just adds some element of interest. And because with Zoom, you're basically working with everything from like the shoulders up, this will really make a nice, bold statement. And there are other necklaces that I want to add to my collection from them as well. One is the clawed necklace, which is a string of Baroque pearls. This is my absolute dream and something that I definitely want to add to my collection. They have something called the Ray necklace, which is a color blocked, semi-precious strand of beads with some pearls throughout. Really love that look. And again, they're going into more fine jewelry, which is great. And I really liked this tiny beaded gold tanzanite necklace, which is very small, but I do love tanzanite. And I could even see myself putting charms on that dainty necklace as well. So really love this brand and use it when I want to be a little more whimsical online. The next category is clothing. And to me, a good blazer to throw over a blouse or even a t-shirt is a must-have. And today I'm wearing one of my favorites for Zoom meetings, and this is the Scanlan Theodore crepe knit draped front jacket in the color black. And this is similar to my love for the St. John knit blazer that I talked about in my Quiet Luxury video for work. But I do love these pointed shoulders, which almost like lifts up my body in a way. They do have shoulder pads on the inside, which gives you that lift, but even just that visual slope really makes me look like I'm sitting up straighter and more attentive. And I love this wrap detail as well. I love a draped neck without the traditional blazer collars, and you can drape it on itself, and there's a little twist tie so that you can tie it up. I love this both in person and online, and it just makes you look very, very sharp. There are also some really good options from Lafleur, which is an online brand that I have purchased from. I purchased a lot of dresses from, and they have some really beautiful knitwear blazers as well that are just a little more affordable than, say, Scanlan Theodore, which is a really cool Australian brand. Another good option, if you don't want to wear a blazer, is a nice high neck top. And one of my favorites is the Reese Tora animal print necktie blouse. Here you'll see my example in Zoom wearing this blouse, but the high neck really shows in screen. Again, you gotta work with what is in camera. And to me, it makes me look and feel put together and more professional, even if you're in sweatpants. And of course, another simple thing to throw around you, even if you're wearing a t-shirt, is an Hermes scarf. So here's an example of one of my Hermes scarves that I have. This is the Baobab cat scarf, and it's such a beautiful color. And again, it kind of, the different textures in it gives you that leopard print, which again, I'm a sucker for, but you could easily just take this if you were wearing a t-shirt or even a blazer like that, put it over your neck, throw it over your neck. I am the absolute worst at folding scarves, but you get the idea of just tying it in a knot or tying it around. And if you're getting value out of today's topic, I'd love for you to consider subscribing. As a small channel, every subscription counts, and early subscribers will help shape the direction of this channel through community post polls and me analyzing the data of where people are coming in, what they're liking, what they're talking about, etc. And thank you to those who have already subscribed. It's so encouraging every time I see you back in the comments, and I love the community we're building here, so thank you. The next category I'll talk about is electronics or gear. And you don't really need a whole lot here, but I would suggest an LED desk lamp. I personally bought one from Amazon, and I'll link it below, but you want to put your LED light facing you behind your computer or your phone, whatever you're talking on, so that the light hits your face. I personally like the warmer settings, so it looks like I have a healthier glow, because if it's too cool tone, I just start looking blue and unhealthy. But here's a picture of the one that I actually own. I'm not a huge fan of the circular ring lights, although I get that it kind of diffuses the light better. But the one I have is just a single bar. I put it on the warmer setting and I just open it up. You can kind of change the angle of the lamp. And I just have that warmer setting on my face as I'm talking online. It also has a USB charger and a wireless charger for my iPhone. So it's a good purchase all around. The next category is beauty. And the nice thing about Zoom meetings is that people aren't so close to you. So you can actually get away without wearing foundation if you have the right skin for that. So I personally like wearing this, and it is the La Mer, the Regenerating Serum. Now again, this is a very pricey item, but to me, this is probably my third bottle that I've gone through because I just like it. It's so quick, so easy. To me, it blurs my face from perfections when I'm on camera, and I look hydrated and dewy, but not oily, which is a fine line when you have a light on you and you have some like hydration on your skin. So this to me is very blurring, and it's almost like, it's like I'm wearing foundation, but I don't have to if I'm not in person. And as for makeup with color, you can be a little more heavy-handed when on Zoom than if you were in person, because with the lower resolution and the lights in your face, you can look a little washed out. First, I would never go on camera without doing my brows. Mine are naturally non-existent. So I use this Bobbi Brown, perfectly defined long-wear brow pencil in espresso. It's double-ended, so it has, one tip, and it has the little brow thingy on the other end. I use this literally every day. This is probably my second of this brand, and I also went through the Tom Ford Brow Sculptor, also in the color espresso, and that lasted me a long time because I had 2 refills, but I wear this every day when I have to be on camera. Even when I'm not, it's like the first thing I put on because I feel like I'm not even human if I don't have brow definition. This, of course, is a lot cheaper than the Tom Ford one. I'll link both below, but to me, they're pretty comparable. The second most important makeup type item for me while on Zoom is definitely bronzer. It's so easy to get washed out on camera, and I've recently been enjoying my Hermes Plein Air H Trio Healthy Glow Mineral Powder in the color Atlas. So for me, this is the second darkest shade that Hermes has in the line, and I've really been enjoying it. I don't think the camera's really picking up on this now, but it has a little bit of shimmer, but not like enough shimmer to make your face look like it has flecks in it. And it's, to me, a great bronzer. It makes me look like I have a healthy glow and that I haven't really been stuck inside, when that's really the reality. And this might be a very bold statement, but this bronzer does remind me of my Soleil Tan de Chanel, now discontinued, bronzing makeup base. This is the original before they came out with their newer line with more shades. And this to me was like my holy grail. So I'll open this up for you. I think a lot of people in the beauty community were super devastated. You can see I've used this to death, and now I'm using it so sparingly because they just don't make it anymore. But to me, it doesn't look similar, and they are just different forms. So this is it's kind of like a cream, and certainly this is a powder. I think the coloring is very similar, especially when you swirl around everything, but the shimmer in this and the slight shimmer of this old formula, to me, just reminds me of each other. So I don't know if any of you other beauty lovers out there have tried this or even have this both. Let me know if you missed this too. I really wish they would come back with this original formula. I do think that Chanel tinkered with this formula when they relaunched it with more colors, but if I could give you any recommendation, it would be that these two to me are very similar. And of course, on Zoom and Teams and FaceTime, you can flaunt a beautiful, bold lip. And lately, I've been enjoying, as you all know, my Hermes Lip Enhancer in Rose Tan. I'll also share my Hermes Shiny Lipstick in Beige Crusette. This is the newest limited edition one, I think. And this is just a nice, very sheer lipstick that is just a tan that works well with my coloring. So really love that one. And my third pick is an oldie but a goodie, but it's the Clinique Chubby Stick in Whole Lotta Honey. And I have used this color, no lie, for like 10 years. It's the type of lips chubby stick where you just put it on, you almost don't need a mirror because you just know it'll work on you and you don't really have to stay in the lines because it's sheer enough. But as you can see, I prefer a shiny finish for my lip products when I'm online over a matte on Zoom. Just personal preference. Another fun Zoom hack that I'll share with you is that Zoom has the functionality to give you virtual lipstick. I'll put screenshots here of me going step by step across the AI functionality, but basically you can overlay a shade of lipstick on your lips and toggle the opacity to be able to have a darker lipstick or a lighter lipstick. So obviously this isn't going to replace the real deal of like having actual lipstick on, but if you're in a pinch and you just look extra pale that day, I would suggest giving this a try. It is a fun hack that I have certainly used once or twice in the past. And lastly, a nice mug will definitely up your Zoom game. It's a nice flash if you're in a meeting and you take a sip of coffee or a sip of tea. So I like to use my Passifolia mug or my Mosaic Platinum mug, seen here. It just adds a little fun to a meeting that you're in, and it makes me happy when I drink out of it. Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed these Luxe Zoom tips and tricks. Please like and subscribe if you've enjoyed this new twist on luxury content, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!